from Fletcher.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's been a very busy 2 days. Lots of dialogue, lots of telephone calls, but the reality of the situation in Maple Leaf world is that we weren't skating in the same arena as some of the other teams. I'm dealing for draft choices today, and my son's dealing for Marion Hossa, so it's just a little bit different. But we felt that we accomplished what we were trying to do today. We picked up some draft choices that will be very important to us moving forward in the future, and we're happy with the result of the day. Based on going in, we knew what the situation was involving all our players, and as you know, it's been well documented about the 5 players who have no trade clauses in their contract who exercised their right by saying that they would not accept the trade. And so moving on from there, we went to work and were able to put 4 draft choices in the bank to help us going forward, starting in June. This is just the first step of the process. When I came here about 4 weeks ago, there was wild speculation that there was going to be a multitude of trades around the trade deadline. Going in, I knew full well that that may not happen, only because players had contractual rights. And those rights were negotiated and agreed to by the Maple Leaf Hockey Club, so you respect those rights that the players negotiated. But having said that, we feel that we've finished stage 1. We will replace some of the departed players with players from the Marlies, who will be given a chance to audition for the last 18 games. And moving forward, at the end of the season, we will look to the draft in June. We'll look to trades, some of which were started by preliminary discussions which have taken place over the last few days. And we'll look forward aggressively to the free agent season starting on July 1st.
How aggressive were teams trying to go after some of the other players without no trade clauses like a Nick Antropov?
Well, there were inquiries about Antropov, but you have to decide where you're going to start building your base from. And with us, Toskala and Antropov fit nicely into that pattern. And while we would have entertained offers for them, because let's face it, as it's been said many times, Wayne Gretzky was traded. It's all what valued players have, but those were 2 players that we'd like to see around and be part of the future and be part of a winning Maple Leaf hockey team.
If somebody had said to you a day ago, at the end of the day you'll have 2/5, a third, and a second, whatever it was, would you assign that scorecard, or did you think you could do more?
No, honestly, I did not think we could do more, because I had a sense for the lay of the land. I knew what players on our team were attractive and what players maybe were less attractive. And when you deduct the players who have the no trade clauses and a couple players who you choose to keep, then you're narrowing down, the possibilities that you might accomplish.
Did you still get any calls for those players that have no trade clause? Did anybody try one more time, say, can we try for somebody?
Yes. Yesterday, I gave one team permission to talk to one of those 5 players' agents. He talked to the agent who talked to the player, who prior to last night's game told his agent that he would agree to go to this particular team, and then after the game changed his mind and called the agent and said he would not go. So we were on top of every possible scenario, and and dealt with what we had to deal with.
Were you a little upset that he changed his mind after originally agreeing to a clip?
No, I mean, being upset isn't a luxury you can afford in this business. You deal with the realities, and the realities are the player was driving the bus, and we just dealt with that. And we're talking about good hockey players, so I'm sure down the home stretch you'll see great play by them as we strive toward the playoffs.
Cliff, Brian McCabe was saying yesterday that he had given that window for you to see if there was a deal to maybe present to him. At the end of the day, was there just not something worth presenting to Brian?
There was no interest.
Cliff, do you have focus on the summertime and moving towards free agency, and that becomes a focus now towards rebuilding the team as well?
Well, yes. I mean, we know what holes we have. We think we can fill a few of them through trades between the end of the season and July 1st. Like I alluded to a few moments ago, we have had some preliminary discussions that could lead to something in the early part of the summer. And then we'll focus on free agency. That's correct. One thing I can assure you that the face of the Maple Leaf hockey team come opening game in October will be different than it is right now.
Cliff, when you talk about auditions, how much discussion is it with you and your management group to give a guy like Justin Pogge some opportunity for the rest of the season?
Well,